Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to talk about the movie called Becoming Miss Jackson. Becoming Miss Jackson is a movie trending now at MAURICE Sam TV. It's already uploaded. So if you have not watched this movie, kindly go and watch this movie. Run very fast and watch this movie. It's an interesting movie full of lessons and even with a good storyline. In this movie you will learn a lot about being trustworthy and always being talking the truth than lying, because always the truth always will come out, though lies run very fast and they tend to think that they have won. But whenever you start a life of lies, trust me, the day the truth will come out, you will feel offended and you will may lose everything. So in this movie, which is called Becoming Miss Jackson, I said it's running already at the MAURICE Sam TV. So kindly, if you have not watched this movie, run very fast and watch this movie and come and give your views. Tell me, what do you think about this movie? Was the movie worth watching or no? Tell me who was your best actor in this movie or actress in this movie, because this movie featured in a lot of actors and actresses who brought out the best of the movie to be sweet and nice to be watched. Trust me, this movie is a very nice movie. It's called Becoming Miss Jackson. There are things in life we happen to meet. Oh, there are people in life we happen to meet, and when they, even if they hurt us, we find ourselves not getting over them. Reason being that they had a good soul, or they had pure hearts in them, which that even if they hurt us, we find that we cannot escape their purity. About their purity in them. So in this movie you find that it's featured in MAURICE Sam, Sandra, Okunzuwa and other lovely and talented actors and actresses in this movie. It's very nice. It's a story, it's a love story movie, and it's giving out the best of how relationships relationship nowadays are running. Our relationship nowadays are starting dating sites and everything about dating site is in this movie. So in this movie you find that a young girl, Kechi, who is working as a PA in a company of her madam called Gloria, and Kechi always has a dream to have a nice, wealthy man who can take care of her and make her feel comfortable in life. It's just every woman's dream to have a man who is well off and has some cash. Has some cash, can take care of you. You live a life of above others. So every woman wants that one, only that God has the reason why we don't have them and why we are staying with that man who you are staying with. So Ngechi finds herself in a position where she's a PA. So along the way she had of a dating site, but she could not have afford to pay for the dating site. Her Madam Gloria happens to have to go on her dating site because her mother wants her to get married. So along the way, this is the same thing with Jackson. His father wants him to marry before he hands over the company as a CEO. So before he marries, he cannot have the company. So he has to first getting married and be handed over the company. Jason tried so many times to find a way of getting married, but he could not find anyone to marry. That's when he told his friend to join him in the dating site, where she found Miss Gloria, and they acquainted, they became friends, they talked about until the day they decided to meet. to have their first meeting. And since Gloria was not into finding or getting married, she decided to send her PA, who happens to be engaged, to see how is the man is, how does she look. Then he brings back the information. But yeah, she says Engage was also looking for a nice looking man good enough to take care of her. She decided to give a false information about the man to her boss, and decided to take over the place of her madam as in the date. So along the way, when these people, they fell in love with each other, they continue to fall in love in each other. But remember, Ngiti is in love, calling herself Gloria, but in love, finding herself in love in a long place, in a long identity. You understand? In the right place, but in the wrong right identity. Because if she had not called herself Gloria, all what happened to her wouldn't have happened. She called herself Miss Gloria and ended up ruining everything. At the end of the day, the truth came out that she was lying and she had to be left. And this is when Jason fell in love with her, she fell in love with Gloria, not Kechi. So Jason, since he was in love with her, he could not tell out, or he could not say out what she wanted in this young woman. But you know, love is a beautiful thing, and once you fall in love, it's hard to let go. Despite that, if Jason found out that Nkiji was lying, but he still stood out to see that she told. So he felt that this is his soulmate. There are people we find in life that even when they come in our life, it's not easy for us to let them go. Another thing, that is forgiveness is a key in everything, because people always make mistake, but doesn't mean that you nail their heads off because they lied to you. You have to forgive and let things go, because after all, love is a beautiful thing. When there is love, there is forgiveness. There's no love when there's no forgiveness. Life has to go on. If at all, and lies, it's not good to start your relationship in lies. Always start your relationship with truth, so that the person that cannot find anything to make a decision of you separating because of some lies or not. So we should find a way of making good friends, because if Nkechi did not make a good friend to her friend, her friend was there for her even in everything, despite the advice she gave her and she denied it, but she was always there to fight to see that she's happy. So whenever you are choosing your friends, try very much to choose the friends who will always be there with you. So guys, go and watch this movie. It's called it's called Becoming Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson is a movie running at MAURICE SAM TV, and trust me, it's very interesting. And if you have enjoyed this review, kindly subscribe. Bye.